So this morning we are on Table Mountain and we are reviewing the Insta 360-1R with Brendan Wainwright. So this is the Insta 360-1R. Right now I've got the 360 lens on, so as you can see it's got a lens on both sides, and this is what gives you that 360 view. At the bottom, the red part's the battery pack, can come off, so this is your battery. You can get a spare battery, an additional battery if you need that. And what's really cool is that everything can come apart. So you can take off your 360 lens, and if you wish you can add a different lens. This is the wide angle 4K lens. There's also a 1-inch sensor lens, and you can use them in whichever fashion you like. I liked using the 360 lens since it gave me the perspective that I was looking for when scrambling on the mountains. So I would put it on the head mount, and it's pretty straightforward. You just mount it in like that, and make sure that you can put your screw right through. Just screw it on nice and snugly. You don't have to screw it on too tightly, but you do want to have a little bit of torque. And this head mount, I think it's meant to go over a rock climbing helmet, because I found it quite a little bit big, but I did tighten it at the back and that seemed to help. So this is the way I wore it. It's got this nice chin strap, which is quite nice, and I like to basically have it facing like this. This way the top camera would capture everything that's going on above me, and this camera would capture everything that's going on below me. The camera does have a blind spot, and that blind spot sits at the bottom. So this plane here is basically the stitch plane, but by mounting it like this, you don't have that stitch plane sort of intersecting with your body, and if the stitch plane intersects with your body, it results in some weird looking videos. So the other way I use the camera to get some cool perspectives is to put it on the invisible selfie stick. So once again, you just slide it on and you mount it with this screw holding it in place. So tighten it a little bit. Once again, what is extremely important with the selfie stick is that your selfie stick has to be perfectly in line with the camera. So if it's even off a little bit, the selfie stick isn't invisible because it doesn't fall within the camera's blind spot on the stitch plane. So that's very, very important. Apparently there is a mounting that you can use that will make sure that you mount it correctly on the stitch plane. But yeah, so I did have a couple of shots that came out with a selfie stick in the actual shot, but still came out pretty cool. So yeah, pretty much that's a setup I would use, and then I'll just extend the selfie stick to get those, you know, those drone looking shots. So yeah, pretty cool setup. I really enjoyed the camera. So to use the camera, I would just turn it on, and then I would make sure that it's on video mode, and I've shot in the 5.7K 30 frames per second setting. Very straightforward. Once it's on your head, I just felt for the button over here, the red button that you start recording with, press it, you hear the beep and you know it's recording, and then once you finish the little scramble or something, you just press the button again. There you go. Sometimes it takes a while. So it's very nice to have that audio, so you don't have to take the camera off each time to check. You can just listen for the beep and you know you're recording, and you listen for the other beep and you know it stopped recording. To edit the footage, I transferred it onto my phone using the 360 app. It's very simple to use, and I just trim the clips to my desired length, and I set the focus point. So because it's a 360 camera, you're capturing everything that's going on around you. So what you do is when you're going through your footage, you set points determining the angle that you're going to be looking at. I really enjoyed using the camera because it gave me a completely different perspective about what it's like to be out in the mountains. It sort of gives you that second person point of view where you're looking at yourself afterwards watching the footage, and it's pretty cool because you can see a few things like technique and things like that, which I really thought was quite interesting. So big shout out to 180x2. Thanks guys for lending me this model. I had an absolute blast using it on the mountains. We are climbing Kloof Corner Pinnacle. It's a beautiful morning.